Awesome. Here we are, the second stream game of the day here at Newcastle Gold Cup. My name is John Greenfield. I'm joined with Daniel Clinton. We'll be with you to explain this game, hopefully, and provide our own opinions, which if we have many. And Dan,
sometimes they're right, sometimes they're wrong, but we have a lot of fun while doing it. And great to see the Craigieburn Pelicans making their way up north to come and play an ultimate Frisbee tournament here in New South Wales. Team from the northeast of Melbourne.
Yep. And they're going to be starting on offense here, Dan.
So they go the reset. Oh, that's high pressure. Low release throw. Craigieburn are out. Looking. A nice reset, not allowing the disc to get too settled and static. Throw out into space. Good structure so far for Craigieburn. That's a big bid. Craigieburn wearing the pressure at the moment. They're static though now. High stall, the pressure's going to mount. The reset is there.
I reckon that must have been on 9. What do you think, Dan?
Very, very high, that's for sure. Breaking pass. Craigieburn have hit a little bit of a wall. The NSU defense starting to stand strong. They reset to the middle. These Craigieburn boys can play. There's the goal to start the match. The Pelicans.
That was very impressive. Impressive offense under some pretty nice, impressive defense as well. And technically, the defense from NSU there, very nice. But super impressed with the resets from the Pelicans and just their calmness under pressure. All right, so we now see the offensive line. So NSU running 3 lines this year. I believe they got 21 up here. We just saw the D line, of course. Now we get to see their O line, and they've got a flex line that will come on in between. So they're
some handy pickups as well for NSU.
Yes,
Henry Thomas now out there. He's played for nearly every top-level club.
Yeah.
At least feels like every top-level club. Bench, originally, Sander, recently I-beam.
Yep, he's out there with the knee guard, having gone through an ACL reconstruction. But don't let that fool you. He's still got some legs, so don't worry about that.
Given that man's injuries over the years, I'm surprised he's still mostly human. He'd be the bionic man otherwise.
Yeah, and I've just seen none other than Bo Brown, who's on the sidelines. We're going to see him for the Pelicans. He knows it's Australia Day because he's got the Aussie hat on. All right, here we go. Here we go with the offense.
A pull down. First pass gets looked off, so NSU have to go to the second option. Thomas getting down the field. Reset attempted. Holgate with the disc. Now Chappell. Bouch. Goldstiver. And Thomas. Thomas. Oh, that's a leading pass for the goal. That's beautiful.
Well, we know Henry well for his buttery throws, particularly on the forehand wing, given that most teams force forehand in Ultimate these days. That works to his advantage, and it did there. It was a downwind throw, and he just had enough butter on that to put it into the end zone with steps right into the chest of the receiver. Well done. We've seen 2 clean offenses to start this match, and I must say they're both looking pretty slick.
Yeah, smooth with the both of them. Clearly, yesterday's games have helped them in their connections, their chemistry.
Yep. And we see the flex line now come on for NSU, so a completely fresh line. And for Craigieburn, Bo Brown on the line, this will be interesting to see. Can they keep that sweet offense with lovely resets that we saw under pressure on the first point? They are going downwind. Hands up, they're ready.
NSU Borealis, of course, the North Shore Ultimate from Sydney.
Yep.
I love what they do with their team names, with NSU Aurora being the women's team and then NSU Aurora Borealis being the mixed team.
Yeah, it's that's very neat.
Nerds.
Very Australian. I can see Henry wanting to say, you're not supposed to pull to me on the sideline. So we get our first brick of this game.
And the Pelicans will work. Their structure was good in the first point.
Yes, very impressive. But we're seeing a little bit of a junk to start here. Not how NSU drew it up from coming from the brick mark. Nevertheless.
See Max Luckman being the center of the wall. Pelicans trapped on the sideline at the moment. They find the open throw. And then the huck goes up, looking deep down the field. That's pretty good. It's actually going to tail back.
That was very impressive. I thought they were in a little bit of trouble there, Dan. There was quite static from that junk look that the flex line of NSU showed us. I'm sure NSU would want to have started that with an in pull for the element of surprise. Nevertheless, we saw Craigieburn, the Pelicans, they solved the puzzle, got it to the near side, and then a very juicy inside-out look to a streaming receiver, hitting him in the back of the end zone. Same third shot, but looking very, very sweet indeed. Wow, that's impressive.
Well, we got some finish.
He's in a great spot. He's in a perfect spot. Yes, his massive head has blocked everything. That was a huge play, but we have seen none of it. Finney, he's done it.
We have Finney himself, the original, past the 3 metre line. He just wants to be on camera at every moment he can. As we see Finney, there he is. There he is. He's got a beard these days. It's the same guy. Hey, Finney, move it back, please.
Got him. Got him.
All right, here we go.
So far, 3 points, 3 offensive holds. Oh, Thomas has seen something he likes. He's going to launch it out to Bouch, and Bouch has got steps and distance.
Wow.
Well.
Henry Thomas, well, I talked up his flick. His back ain't bad either. All kill and no fill.
Seeing Asher Bouch go, Thomas just, his eyes light up, and he puts it out in front, leading the speedy receiver in for the score. Bouch, 2 goals already.
And you're seeing the value of this thrower pick up Henry Thomas for the NSU outfit. Very nice. He did have to tow it in.
He did a little bit at the end. There was still a little bit left to do. He had to keep that in.
Yeah.
Did it well.
Alrighty, so we've got the original D-line out there now for NSU. And how are we looking offensive for Bo Brown back out there? That looks like the same line. Pelicans.
Brown sporting the handlebar mustache.
Yeah, so Bo Brown, the son of Teo and Kelly Brown, legends of Australian Ultimate.
Oh, I've got the wrong person then.
Oh, yeah.
So
Bo Brown, he's got the Australia hat on. Yet to be able to develop a mustache.
Love second-generation players coming through now.
Oh, yeah. And there's a couple on the NSU line too. We'll discuss as we go. Right, the pull's up.
I did notice a Gold Stiver out there.
Yeah. And a Macintosh.
Wonderful.
Oh.
Nice throw. The Pelicans. Here's Walker. Oh, and that's a big outside in, but that's going to hang. That's going to allow the defense time to get there. And shown under the disc, that's the first turn of the day. And it's the Craigieburn Pelicans who crack first.
Yeah. And they just went once more to the well. That was, you know, they really didn't need this shot. They could have got a couple more passes before seeing there wasn't enough separation, in my mind.
Nick Brasher right there. Now and Matthew Finn.
Yeah.
Going back to pick it up.
Finney gets his time on the camera legally this time.
Rather than inadvertently. A left-handed thrower, Matthew Finn. Oh, Pelicans, they're playing underneath. Finn is a little bit stuck. Oh, finds width. And that's a nice one out to Lane. Reset back to the middle. At the moment, the Pelicans, they've clapped on a pretty fierce defense. NSU forced to go backwards. They're in their own end zone. Finn. They're running out of real estate on this near side. Finn identifies it, tries to get it back on the other side. A nice layout by Derek Lau. Saving the offense, allowing them to continue to work. Well, that is just it's an unforced error, a clean drop.
Did they ever get out of the end zone in that? And there was about, what, 4 or 5 passes?
That's fierce defense by this Craigieburn Pelican offensive line. Inside break. Will they get it done? A little bit of back and forth. Pelicans, they hold.
Dan, I am super impressed with both of these teams.
This is some high-level ultimate.
This would not be out of step on in Div 1 if we thought we were calling a Div 1 team match up here. You wouldn't be too surprised. We're seeing lots of speed, lots of athleticism, some really nice throws, some great resets and throws under pressure. Unfortunately for NSU, just coughing one up in the end zone, but the pressure applied by Craigieburn on the defense was super impressive, and NSU just struggled to get out of their own end zone.
I think these two teams, this might be one of the few times they get to play each other. Even if they both attend Div 2, there's no guarantee that you'll cross over in the draw, depending on your fortunes.
And that's a really good point. And I'm wondering, I'm going to talk to Pelicans about their motivation for coming up here, because, as you say, they get a chance to play some of the top flight Div 2 teams, NSU, Stout, Hills, yep. I can't think of the other ones, not Extinction. What's the young team? Will come to me in a minute. Right, here we go.
Fishwick unit.
Yep.
They've won a couple of times. Here's Henry Thomas. NSU on offense. Thomas goes the around backhand. Meters for Chapel. Rangy player. The disc just pointed at the ground.
Yep, that was just a technical error. No doubt he will be working on that once he sees the film and goes, right, I've got to address that.
That's the kind of error that we see out of newer players. Oh, that's a wobbler. Doing enough. Doing enough in the end. Now the Pelicans are on the near sideline. Graham tries to go back to the well.
Graham there, he needed to be patient, go for the reset. He went for the glory throw, wasn't on.
Reaching back to Tom Bissett.
Ali McIntosh.
McIntosh working. Henry, the give and the go. Create space for Chapel to come back and fill into. Oh, he's got that forehand. This time it works out better, Giles. Thomas, he's trying to work in space. Goldstiver.
And a quick shout out to Mandy Lee. He reminds me Equinox was the other team that I was trying to get out, not Extinction.
Thanks, Mandy. Edward Goldstiver. Jeez, he looks like his old man when he runs.
Yeah, too right.
Holgate. Thomas.
No one moving in the stack.
Goldstiver. He's got that effortless lope, doesn't he,
Yeah.
Goldstiver? Looks good with the disc. Bolch. Goldstiver gets up the line.
God, just like his old man, isn't he?
He hasn't quite got the centimetres of the old man yet.
Yeah.
But clearly, if there is some genetic component, Goldstiver's got it. And he's got it in spades. Holgate. Goldstiver just anchoring the offense at the moment. McIntosh. Bouch. Thomas. NSU just happy to work this around Goldstiver. Henry. Thomas. Oh, that's a sharp one. And there's the turnover.
Wow, was there a touch there? They were so patient for so long.
Oh, and Tom Bissett's going to go. Bissett reads it well. He dishes it off. They go with the dribble. Bissett. And there's Jasper Pentland. Pentland, the around break. The Pelicans. The Pelicans have spread their wings to take flight.
Now, that was a break.
There's a big, big break.
Oh, that
NSU
was high class from Craigieburn there. I actually thought NSU, they were resetting well. They were very patient. What they didn't do was form up and make clear lines for their receivers there.
Timeout call for NSU. NSU have... It's just gutting when you go so far and you hold the possession for so long.
Yeah.
To have it end like that. And then to not get another opportunity at it for the Pelicans to just basically yeet one, have it work out, and then they just chip away at the remaining meters. Huge.
Yeah.
Huge.
Yeah. That was a great... So early momentum here for Craigieburn. I think the keys there, obviously they just had a shot, a pretty rangy shot. I didn't think it was going to work out, but in the midfield there, got it to Bissett, and they got it to their lefty, whoever that is, and NSU could not stop the around, and so they found the open receiver. Whoa. Now, I think it'll be interesting to see what McIntosh says in the huddle here. We're still... Craigieburn are out there. They're ready to go. NSU's still deep in conversation. And, of course, the importance of that timeout is simply to stop the momentum there. Oh. Thanks, man. Yeah, whatever. Yeah. Oh, all righty. NSU. So now...
This is...
That's...
John,
yeah.
I have to bring it up because I'm worried about the Div 2 competition.
Yeah.
If this is the standard,
yeah,
I don't want to play, dude. Nah, man.
Yeah.
Screw that for a joke.
I know, and there's
this
nowhere
is
else
intense.
to go. Yeah, there's
no Div 3 yet.
Yeah,
we need a Div 3 maybe.
Yeah.
This is fearsome.
I'm super impressed. In fact, I was looking at it going, geez, because I'm playing for Stout this season. I was thinking, geez, hang on. Are we able to run with these guys? I don't know. I guess we'll find out.
It makes you rethink your choices. Because...
Yeah, look, of course, Stout, a lot of my mates in that team, so the choice there was pretty easy. But, yeah, I'm super impressed with what I'm seeing here.
The professionalism, the approach, see NSU running distinct lines. An offense, a defense, and a swing.
Yep, that's right.
That's nearly unheard of in the Div 2
in
scene.
The Div 2, yeah.
Clearly a sign of things to come.
And this is their flex line coming out. Yeah. The flex line coming out now for NSU's. Let's see how they go on the offense.
They're going to have to hold an offense pressure moments to send your flex line out rather than your O-line.
Now, play to watch here for NSU is he's got the dark shirt on. Looks like he's back handling Brendan Walsh. He's a lefty. He has got an absolute cannon of a flick and a backhand, which upwind will be very handy.
Max Luckman steps in and puts it up to Matthew Finn. The streaming receiver goes past NSU.
Oh, we didn't need Brendan Walsh. That was nice. Saw Finney streaking. Max Luckman puts it up there into the breeze. It hung up really nicely for Finney. He's a great read of the disc. He wasn't going to drop that. And then sits it out nicely for the streaking receiver for a goal. A very nice reply there from NSU Borealis.
And I think this is where we'll start to see how high level this game is. Craigieburn, all they need to do now is trade out.
Yeah.
And we've seen that at the very top of Div 1 is it's 1 or 2 breaks, and that's it.
Yeah.
Like, that's all there is in the game. You get maybe 3. You know, one team will get broken once and one team will get broken twice, and then that's the difference. Craigieburn, if they can approach, you know, the rest of this game, there's another 60 minutes to play, and they can be clean. I mean,
yeah.
That level, that's Div 1 level,
it
man.
is.
Like, we're not talking about, middle of the pack Div 2. We're talking about, this team might win the damn thing.
Yeah. Yep. Agreed. Well, we'll see how that plays out. At the moment, my impressions are very high for both of these teams. All right, so Finney staying. In fact, it's the same elements of the same line staying on for defence for NSU. We're seeing the same O-line staying here for Craigieburn.
Jace Walker. And now the big huck. Oh, that's trouble as there's NSU players in the area. And he gets jumped in as the pack gets snaked.
It's the crummer at the back of the pack. It gets the goal. Well, that was a very good opportunity there for NSU to stop the run of Craigieburn. But they just... And they could have had one back. So Brennan or Finney could have just hung back in that contest.
Well,
it was a rank throw, let's be honest.
It had ill-advised written all over it.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Yep. They'll take it, an upwind goal. Now it's back on NSU to hold and not let this lead get out of hand.
The O-line for NSU Borealis comes back.
Yep. It's their O-line. I'm surprised by the number of youngsters on their O-line. And no disrespect here because they're playing like a very composed unit. It's just you would expect to see more of the older heads on this line. But
well,
yeah,
that's
really
generally
impressive.
What you see, right, is you normally see some older heads that are pretty impervious to pressure or more impervious to pressure. I mean, if you base it on merit, maybe this is the pressure line. This is the line that doesn't seem to be so susceptible.
Yeah, maybe they don't feel the pressure when they're that young. After a while, those nerves get singed on the O-line, I can tell you. You start getting more and more conservative.
Well, on that, I remember every Callahan I've thrown.
Yeah.
So maybe there's something to that. Thomas and NSU out of the horizontal. Will Giles back to Bouch, who's impressed. Impressed early. Chappell. Holgate. Here's Henry Thomas. Oh, that's deep down the field. It'll give the defender time.
We knew exactly what Henry wanted there, but it was ill-advised. He didn't have enough purchase on it. That's unusual for him.
So now NSU need to get this back because Craigieburn, they've looked so good in this game. Craigieburn finding flow. Tom Bissett sets up and goes up the line. Bissett on the doorstep. It's a mess in the corner. The trap is on. The push pass. Oh, it's utter filth. It's
well
gross.
Done. Well done, Craigieburn Pelicans, taking it to 6-3, and pretty much went down the sideline there, Dan, and NSU unable to close off that flow with a flick force. Let's have a look at that again. How does he squeeze this out? Bissett with a throw. There were defenders everywhere in the region, and he just gets it past them. Great layout goal. Bissett with that polo looking more like a golfer than an old. Does the job. Look at the push E. It was filthy. I think there might have even been a touch from the US NSU defender. Doesn't matter. It's a goal. 6-3 to Pelicans. Ooh, gee. Well, Henry...
Stiff, isn't it?
Oh, Henry will regret that choice for the flick. It really wasn't necessary. Their flow was quite good. They were spreading the field. They'd gone from one sideline to another.
I'm noticing something, John. Tom Bissett at the moment is playing savage.
Yeah. Look, he's got a huge engine. We knew that from his Hoss days.
Yep.
And yeah, he's a feisty guy. I really like him as a player because he's feisty. He understands the game. He knows when to turn it on. Yeah, he's pocket rocket.
These shirts for the Craigieburn Pelicans, it looks like they've ordered extra schmedium. All of them. They're all
Come on, I was
wearing.
about to spit out my drink there. Extra schmedium.
Yeah, the extra schmedium. You can see Jasper Pentland
Oh, Jasper, yeah. Well, he's a big dude, Jasper, so he's going to look pretty impressive in that shirt.
Okay, NSU. Luckman.
Ooh.
A sharp one. Allen. Down the sideline, Matthew Finn. This time Lau. And Lau goes to the extravagant low release. Oh, what a throw that is.
Brendan Walsh, normally the giver, is now the receiver on this one. Very nice. That's how NSU would have drawn up their offense. Long cuts, getting big unders, and then finishing off with an easy pass from about the brick mark. Brendan Walsh showing his receiving skills. Very nice.
That's one of the most dangerous cuts in Ultimate, isn't it? That cut from the handler position. Because the defender needs to...
Yeah, they're trying to prevent a reset. So how are you going to... you're trying to defend both sides. And that's why I think Noah Moss for Manly is so successful. He's quick, but he's dangerous deep. And you can't just mosey around
I got something on that because, over the years, Tom Toulette, that was how he changed his game. Was he used to be very much around the disc looking for the reset. But then over the years, I think he just kind of clued on to, actually, I'm still a danger down the field. Yep. And he gets down the field. You see him for ellipsis, was getting down the field at times because he knew that Ollie Loughnan and those kind of characters, they can all disc. So he was trying to create extra attacking angles for that ellipsis offense. And I think it's a necessary part of a handler game these days in the ability to get down the field when you need to.
And Tom is an exceptional read of the disc too, so he was often successful on those long cuts.
Okay, here's Bo Brown.
Zoni.
Brown goes the hammer.
Interesting, they're not looking, finally they get it to the high side here. And looking for those breaks.
He said Bo is the son of Teo and Kelly?
Yes.
Incredible stock to come from.
I know. Well, and
imagine having those two as your parents. Teo still, looks like he's in his 30s.
And Bo Brown, what he's got is another player with plenty of time. He's chill. Doesn't get flustered at all. And he has, I would say receiver error there. He has beautiful touch throws. But here we go. This is a rare turnover in this game from Craigieburn. What can NSU do if they can score here? They're back in the game. It looks a lot better than 7-4. 6-5, a lot better than 7-4 here.
Finn breaks immediately. Villas coming under. Villas decides not to throw the open under. That's a high grab. Lane. Now Matthew Finn. And Finn goes inside out. He's trying to reach to the end zone.
Lots of bodies flying. NSU.
Oh, and he's going to call a foul here, actually.
Yeah, he is. I didn't think there was much in this. That was my initial reaction, was that he had front position. Yeah, in fact, the NSU player trying to reach in front of the defender. I don't see how there's a foul there.
Well, unless it's a foul call on James Walker, who came flying in. It's an uncontested foul.
Uncontested. Wow, that's really, really surprising.
So,
yeah. Well,
sorry. It's
it's
retracted.
retracted. Okay, good
Wrong
call.
hand signal.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
We got there in the end. Obviously, we're relying on the players.
Yeah.
Brown. The Pelicans. Another opportunity for them. Elvis Koo. Oh, that's through their hands. Spent it before he earned it.
He did. He was already looking for his next pass. Bounced out of the hands.
A momentary lapse.
Okay, now can they dig in here, Craigieburn? This is such an important point now in the context of the game.
Lots of poach in the defense. Finn. They run a bracket. Hare. Hare goes the break to Villas.
Villas, a tough grab. What's his?
Oh, he was getting off the field. As
No time to celebrate his goal. Wait, there
is a call around whether or not he was in.
Oh, I think so. Craigieburn calling him out here. Let's see if we've got a look on this on the replay.
They've decided it's in. It's a nice in and away by Villas.
Watch Villas here. He ran harder back into the field than he did on the cut itself.
He realised that the disc, I think, on the far field was coming his way. He bailed out, try not to affect the other game.
He's a character, Alexi Villas. Tell you what, that was a good, tough grab under pressure. I'm surprised he didn't lay out back into the field.
Good times. So NSU Borealis, they needed that.
They did.
6-5.
That was a shower in the desert. 6-5. They're back in the game. Now we're seeing an interesting line here. It looks like a bit of a mix of, mix. I don't think this is a pure line here, and unusual for Henry Thomas to come onto the D line. He's normally on O. Or is this the actual O line? Yeah, this is the O line. With
no, because Max Luckman wasn't playing on O.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
I think you were right originally that it's a flex. Walsh is out there, giving some instructions.
Yeah, they're mixing it up. They're confusing us. All right. Craigieburn, they can keep their break here if they score. Get it to 7-5. Or
to be expected from Henry Thomas.
Oh,
it's humongous.
what a pull.
He's landed it inbounds.
It's rolled out. That is a fantastic pull. Maybe that was worth having Henry Thomas on the D-line just for that.
And James Walker's going to bring it up. Tom Bissett. The reset.
All good, all good. Right, so we've got a force flick. Henry has abnormally large arms, as the thrower is about to find out. He's not getting him out, though, at the moment.
Slashing Phil as Koo gets across. Koo, high stall, Walker trying to get up the line. And then a huge hand block by the young man, Aiden Hare. Gets a block on the point.
This is all working out at the moment for NSU. Can they punch this in?
Pressure moments as Walsh walks to the disc. Lots of room on the break side. He's a lefty. So hard to throw that outside in, backhand, get it down fast. Here's Luckman on the high side of the field. They go, oh, it's too much, it's too fast. Speed kills.
Yeah, that was a classic. Knew what he wanted, didn't quite have the poise there to just make sure he completed the pass. Didn't look at Luckman as he threw. Good hands from Bissett. Just
clunking that. Throws out the paw. Brown gets it to Koo. Heavy pressure on the mark. Yeah, it'll come back on a foul call.
Yeah, there was. He was quite close there on the mark. I wasn't surprised to see that. I actually think he may have tried to throw it knowing that the foul was on and he was going to have a free shot here because the option was pretty ugly.
I think Hare, maybe. Like on the first one, yeah, that's a bit foul-y, but I don't know about the second one.
Yeah.
Hard to see. Like, we're a little bit screened here. Yeah, okay, he's going to retract it. I think.
Okay.
I think Koo needs to call the first one there.
Yeah. Stephanie was probably thinking, oh, well, he's all over me like a rash. I'm going to put something up and then call it. But, well, that's interesting. All right. So another shot for NSU without the beautiful field position that created on the first turnover.
Harder from here. Henry Thomas, always honest, calls James Walker actually closer to him, giving up metres because that was where the disc rolled out of bounds. Walsh. Luxman. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Another
NSU.
Another calamity.
Yes.
And this is that difference, John, between that Div 2 level to the Div 1 level. It's little mistakes like this. They're only small. They're only minor. But giving the Pelicans a look from this kind of range.
Yep.
This is danger stations. Brown.
A beautiful throw from Brown.
Lays it out there. Walker. A crowd of players.
Pick there. Ombo Brown. That's an interesting one. Let's have a quick look. Where is Brown there? Well, I don't know about that one.
I mean, Bo Brown looks to be the chillest cat.
He is so chill. He's just such a wonderful human being. But really, I cannot see how you could have called that.
Ooh.
Oh.
It's in.
Oh, that is real shame there. Wait. The thing about Bo Brown, he's so chilled, he probably wouldn't call a foul even if it was one. Now, what's happened here?
Okay, it was a stall out
okay.
that we went back to rather than the foul. Thomas. Now Walsh. Here's Holgate. Walsh again. Holgate finds Bilo. Walsh, the swing pass out to Holgate. Thomas. NSU trying to generate something down the field at the moment. They're resetting the disc well. Here's Thomas on the break side. Loops it out to Bilo. Oh, and that's inside out. He's looking towards Allen. Brown in the area. Allen brings it down.
He was just in. That is 6-5 to NSU, to Pelicans. 6-all. They are definitely in the game now. Wow. That's a big turnaround. I'll go back, if I can, to the 2 turnovers for NSU. And this is one of my little pet hates at the moment for teams. What's crept into the game is the no-look backhand across the body to get the swing. And it's fraught with danger because, one, you're not looking at your receiver. You don't know where they are. Any throw across your body, of course, is also liable to be picked off by a defender, especially the mark. Yep. And it's come into the game because more junk's being played, so your arms are a bit freer. And back in the noughties and the 90s, I mean, it was dirty dancing on the mark. It was feral. Yeah. So, but you don't get that anymore. So back in the day, you could not throw across your body. There just wasn't the space to. But now, of course, marks are back, so you can throw across your body. Yes, it's a quicker release than stepping out for the flick, but it causes turnovers.
Well, we saw Bilo come unstuck with a quick one, and then Max Luckman, who Max is an experienced player. You wouldn't expect it out of him. But as you say, it's bringing teams unstuck as they're not sighting their receiver before they throw it. And they're missing.
Yeah.
And often if that receiver, that swing pass is needing that cue to be like, oh, I'm on here. Otherwise, they're just kind of, they're relaxed. They're at a lower state of awareness. They're at a lower state of alertness because they know that in a moment they're going to have to be on. So they relax a little bit. And sometimes that's why you see these really, they look worse than they are, but that throw comes out quick. And if that swing's not switched on, they just look like they're asleep.
Yeah, and we're seeing more of it from NSU because they're younger. They're generally a younger crew. And these are little things that they're going to learn as they... But as you say, I'm still super impressed with the game. It's those little things like that is the telling difference, as you said, between Div 1 and Div 2. Nevertheless, these are all...
I love that we're here in notionally in a Div 2 game, but we're talking about the small difference.
Yeah.
The little difference. We're not talking a huge difference now between Div 2 and Div 1 these days. It's small things that tell the tale.
Yeah.
You get in a tough match with Heads of State, you get in a tough match with, say, Sublime or even Outbreak from Adelaide. It's those small things. Are you going to gift them a turnover in your own red zone? And generally speaking, the really good Div 1 teams don't.
Yeah.
Or if you are going to turn it, it's after a lot of effort on defence.
So that opens a question as to what AFTA will do, because they just can't keep allowing Div 2 to expand indefinitely.
It was over 20 teams, and it's been over 20 teams for a long time. And whether it is a Div 3 or even, I don't know if the critical mass is there yet, whether they go to a sectionals and start to break the states down into smaller regions and have more tournaments that you play perhaps in your section, and then you play in your region, and then you play at nationals.
Or have a mixed division that's in concert. Right, let's get back to the game.
The Pelicans go around the edge of the NSU zone. They've brought a defensive wrinkle. Here's James Walker. Can't get it to the open player. NSU transitioning back. Bissett out into space.
Oh, classy. What a classy offense. Yes, it was downwind.
Well, that didn't work.
Yeah, I think NSU will go back to the drawing board for that defense. But it was impressive to watch the Craigieburn just go side to side, just slicing that defense up like a mango.
Yeah, Walker just allows things to clarify. The centering pass, and then Bissett to the receiver there with good timing.
Oh, yeah.
Before Bissett had caught that, the receiver was already motioning to go.
Yep. You could argue that NSU, you look at these open players, and they're just a step off, aren't they, every time? Yeah. No, I think Duncan will probably look at that and think, right, I'm going to tweak that. We won't have that look again, especially if they're coming downwind. 7-6. Pelicans back on board. They consolidate. And now
NSU have quietly fought their way back into this game. Hasn't been too much rah-rah, high intensity, high emotions. It's just been quietly. They've converted a couple of breaks. They've held the occasional O, and they're keeping it close.
It's an interesting mix of a team, isn't it? Elements of Hoss and Chile.
For Craigieburn?
Yeah. It's I wonder. I just need to get more of the backstory. I might go at halftime and just find out how this team formed and what's the purpose of it. We know that they want to go to Div 1, but they didn't want to be in the Div 1 bracket at this tournament, which is very unusual. If you're going to Div 1, why wouldn't you want to play the Div 1 games?
And the heads of state flavour, Jasper Pentland, Tom Bissett.
Oh, yes, Tim! Good, Tim! Work, Tim! Oh.
Thomas to the middle. And McIntosh. Thomas. Craigieburn trying to work on defence. Giles will need to engage the reset early. Give Thomas time to work. Goldstiver. Thomas dropping it off to Bouch. Here's Thomas again. Thomas into the end zone. Chappell on the end zone line. He's close to scoring. There's Goldstiver in. He's drawn the bid. And there's McIntosh for the goal.
I thought they missed a chance there. Jasper telling us exactly what he thought of that defensive effort. He's not happy, man. But I thought NSU were going to blow that. They actually had the simple dish pass as we see this replay. Beautiful shot from Henry. Receiver gets a backpack. Now watch this. Receiver comes out. He's got a little one there. He could have had that. And if he stayed with his receiver, he would have had another look. Nevertheless,
I think the frustration for the Pelicans there was just around the force. In the backhand force, you heard the screams from the sideline, backhand. And NSU just took that down the forehand side.
And
small things, John.
Yep. That explains the expletive from Jasper, the WTF.
And Jasper, not really the most fiery character.
No, I know.
Not from my memory. He was
normally
pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, we know what rolls him up. Get the force right. All right.
So if Craigieburn are intending to go to Div 1, I think they're not too far off.
Oh, well, what you're seeing is that they don't... Okay, they might have got the force wrong there. That's a pretty simple thing to fix up, really.
Yep.
But I'm loving their athletic, but their experience. And you can see quite a lot of these players have got Div 1 experience. So they're not making the little 1%er errors that the young guys of NSU are making. And yet, here we are at 7-all. I did note in that point, Henry throwing across his body for backhands, but he's watching his receiver as he's doing it.
So Galaxy point. Another one. I love it when it happens. Villas, huge bid. Bachman finds Walker. Walker's going to step into a flick. He's overdone it. He tried to go inside out. It's come out outside in. You see it's just gone away from the receiver.
Yep, exactly the edge he was trying not to create. He was just a little bit rushed. I think he needed to, cool his jets and go for the reset on that one. He knows it. He knows it.
I think you got to trust your team there. I don't need to make the play.
Yeah.
Someone else will make the play.
Yeah. I think he got sucked in because he had the power position.
Yep. Free arms. Now Walsh. Back to Luckman. Here's Holgate. It's been dependable back there. Walsh has got free arms. He's got the lefty. Backhand as well, maybe.
Wow.
Walsh. Villas goes up the line. Luckman. So far, no containment on Max Luckman, who's getting resets at will. Walsh out into space. Oh, no. And now Nickel. Oh, that's a coach killer.
One error goes into another. Brendan Walsh out the sideline. He's just waiting for the right moment to uncork his massive backhand. He didn't get it, so he was. And that is the difference. He was happy to sit, do the resets, do the hard work.
And I think for this NSU receiving core, it's Aiden Hare here with the disc in hand, who is that real out-and-out deep threat. But he's copped the matchup of Elvis Koo, who's keeping him really quiet.
Shout out to Villas there. How about that grab on offense? It looked like a D.
And then the offhand left D break. Tangle in the stack. Brendan Walsh will make up his grounds. Well, these are critical moments. So Luxman. Walsh. Oh, Bilo was out the back. Bilo needed to go there, and Walsh was going to get it to him. Bilo comes under. There's Holgate in the corner. NSU, they work their way out. You've got to be happy with that. 8-7, they take half to NSU. Borealis and the Craigieburn Pelicans have been stunned.
And NSU walk into the halftime with momentum. They're going to have a drink of water and they will be feeling a lot better about themselves than the hole that they found themselves in about the first half. I think it was 6-3 at one point, and they've done great work to get back into this game. Craigieburn, that half couldn't come quick enough for them. They will get into the huddle and talk through what they need to do.
So we'll take a break here. John, I'm going to send him to reconnoitre this Craigieburn Pelicans team, see if we can find out the inside story, and we're going to have a break. Half-time, NSU Borealis leading the interlopers from Victoria, Craigieburn Pelicans 7.
Elvis! Hey, Pel, bring it in! Quickly!
All right, here we go. Second half action here. NSU Borealis from Sydney up 8-7 against the Craigieburn Pelicans from Victoria. A fantastic put there from Michael Thomas, and that is a sensational goal. A sensational put from the veteran handler, Henry Thomas. Picked his receiver, and that is a bit of a crusher there for Craigieburn as they now go down 9-7. But look at this put from Henry Thomas. Absolutely pinpoint perfect. Not sure the receiver knew that he was well in. He looked like he was trying to toe the line, but it was the inside line that was designed for the football field and not the ultimate field. Nevertheless, he took it 9-7. This is a handy lead now for New South Wales Borealis and exactly what they needed to come out on. Having a chat to the Craigieburn boys at halftime, I found out a little bit more about their team. They are they're trying to create a new club. So in Victoria, we already have Heads of State, Chile, and Ellipsis. And we have elements of all of those three teams here. They're trying to create a new team. They think there's space in Melbourne for a new team. They invited people from other teams and other areas to come in that they felt that they had the ethos that they required to form this new club. So they're trying to set a tone for a really good club atmosphere that people want to play in, which is highly admirable and definitely how you want to start any team in any sport. So starting from a good base. A bit of frustration as they saw their lead erode in the first half, but really there's a lot of experience here on this team. I'm really excited, Dan, for this second half here.
I am too, and for NSU to come out a half and then take the first point, that's great for them. And the challenge has been laid for the Craigieburn Pelicans, this brand new club.
Was that
Fair
a little
chance.
pushy or a high flick backhand there? Or flick?
It was certainly
Bissett
fruity.
nailing
Buffman
that difficult pass.
gets down well. Great execution. Liam Smith through to Pentland, Bachman. Now Nickel,
Whoa.
through to Elvis Koo. Koo's been having a great game. Craigieburn, they steady things with a score to bring it to 9-8.
That's the composure that they would have been asking for at the halftime break. As we watch this again, people lining up, and then gets it to the fastest man on their team, Elvis. Apparently quicker than Brendan Ashcroft, the ex-track star from Melbourne, played for Hoss and Dingoes Australia for many years. And apparently his time on the 100 is better than Brendan's. So, and that's quite something.
Well, Brendan Ashcroft is freakishly fast. And
Yeah.
well, that explains a lot. Elvis Koo was keeping Aiden Hare very, very quiet
Yeah.
on offense when Koo was playing D. Mate. To be quicker than Ashcroft. Ashcroft, when he came into the sport, was a bit of a revelation because he was just this out-and-out track
Yeah.
guy who
Took
decided to
him a
come.
while to get his throws. But, yeah, once he'd made that decision, you know, he was on that path to just get better and better and be the best that he could. Okay.
Defense for the Pelicans.
Yep. This game's still on a knife edge. And now we go back to what we were talking about at the first half, that Pelicans had the opportunity to just trade out. And now it's the turn of New South Wales, NSU Borealis, to try and trade this game out. All right, here we go.
So Henry Thomas in the middle. Giles finds Chappell. Chappell not really with much down the field. Nice step out to Goldstiver. Now here's McIntosh. The next generation maybe combining. Good defense. Connor Brooks just playing close. Gets up there.
That's
Takes
just the
the disc
result
away.
of hard work. Here's the chance for Pelicans. Get it to 9-all.
And you have to, I think. Bissett looks immediately up the line. Irvin Toe. Bissett working in next to no space. Bissett needs to get it off the line. Oh, he's just thrown it to space. There's no one there. Meanwhile, Giles is gone. Bouch can't get it to him. Oh, and a no-look block. No call from Henry. Toe gets it without seeing it. He gets his hand in the way.
Well done, Pelicans. That was clutch, wasn't it? They had an open receiver in the end zone. Able to get a hand in the throat of that. And Craigieburn doing enough, staying close enough to create opportunities on D.
Tom Bissett. They need it here. Set gets the reset. Oh, and now a big loopy one. Oh, they don't need this, the Pelicans.
Bissett throws his head back. That was a golden opportunity. Gone for Pelicans. But right now, it's about NSU getting out of this hole. The wind now has actually changed, and it's coming back towards Henry. So Henry is actually going to walk this up. Well, I thought he was going to coffin corner here, but he's what's happened here? I thought, didn't that go out the side? No, out the back.
Rolled out the back. Irvin Toe marking the mark. Bouch. Oh, and that's a huge throw by Bouch. Giles has steps. Giles pumps the first one and then layouts. No. NSU, a rush of blood. Too much, too fast. Oh,
No.
Giles gets a poach block. Just playing in space, having the heads-up awareness. He'll get another chance at this. Goes the reset of Goldstiver. Goldstiver, the give and the go. Goldstiver again, the give and the go. Henry looking for the end zone. It's going to have a Bouch collision in the end zone. Bouch comes up with it. Oh, this young man's a receiver.
Second effort, fantastic. I thought for sure that the Pelicans were going to snatch that one, that they were going to catch that fist and fly off with it. But Bouch, on a great turn and run and layout, gets it right at the back of the end zone. That was a disappointing. That was a rush of blood, as you said.
Will Giles, I know he'll want that one.
Yeah.
Again.
There's no reason for that turn.
Chappell going the wrong direction. He had to turn, stop, accelerate. You know, if he was running, yeah, that's going to hit him in stride, but because he had to change direction.
Look at this poach block here too. Good heads-up awareness. Really, though, again, back onto the thrower for not seeing that obvious poach. Then Henry gets it in his hands. He's not going to miss a chance for a shot for the end zone. Too high there, but look at the correction there. Fantastic work. That was an important goal.
The youngsters for NSU Borealis are impressing.
Yeah.
Edward Goldstiver, Asher Bouch.
Even though that would have cost the coach, Duncan McIntosh, the last of his red hair. There's a couple of coach killers in there. But he'll be happy with the result. 10-8 now to NSU Borealis. Yep. Rightio. Let's see the Pelicans smooth this offense out.
Bachman takes that up high. Now Liam Nickel. Nickel missing. It's saved. The offense keeps going. Nickel again.
Stack.
Bachman engages the reset. Oh, Walsh steps in and says none of that now. Belo's gone and Walsh pumps him off. Lockman. NSU go to work. A break here could be critical. Walsh. Now, Hare, he's loose in the end zone. He's gotten free.
Wow.
There's another youngster who has been impressive today.
He kept that in. It seemed like the Pelicans were a bit unsure of the force at first. Then they realised it was a backhand force, but I think too late because they were able to flow down the rest of the field on that side of the field. And they're not really in a position to play backhand force there. Wow, okay. Now we see a real opening now. It's all on.
And I want to talk about that cut that Aiden Hare made to score.
Yeah.
Because it came off the back of an actual cut. And then the second cut was just that ugly ultimate that sometimes you got to play that just to get the job done. And you see him kind of go, oh, there's actually a little bit of space. Let's just kind of start to run that way. And he gets the disc. And because he's just come off the back of, a proper cut, the defender, poor defender's gassed. And sometimes winning ugly is all you need to do.
Yeah, and it helps to be really young
and
with enough energy to keep going. Not that this is an old team by any means, the Pelicans. Vast majority of them is still in mid-20s by the look of their, and Bo Brown, still a teenager. So they've got youth on their side as well. But, yeah, as you say, there was that extra effort there from the receiver to secure the goal. I think, too, it was a bit of a miss with that backhand force because they weren't ready for it. It was obviously a strategic decision to go that way, but the defenders in that point weren't ready for that force.
James Walker. The skip pass to Pentland, and Pentland, oh, that is some throw by Pentland. That's a massive, massive throw by Jasper Pentland.
What a goal.
He's gone weapons free on that one.
A beautiful lefty huck into the arms of the receiver there. Let's look at this again. I don't know if it was a setup off.
Yeah, the play call was definitely there. It was just a 1 out, nod and go.
Yeah. Great work. Well,
and something interesting, John, right? I had a conversation with a player one stage, and I said to them, sometimes timing is all you need. You don't need to come under first and then go deep. Sometimes timing is all you need. I think that was actually a great indication of, okay, there was no subtlety about it. There was a little bit of a hesitation, but then it was just run to the end zone. And Jasper Pentland, always going to be the kind of thrower that'll put it on you.
Yeah, which makes me think it was a bit of a setup. He knew what he wanted there. That's exactly what the doctor ordered for the Pelicans. Now they need 2 breaks. Get this back even. Starts with this one. Jasper trying to fire his troops up. This is a quick line they've got on. Can they apply enough pressure here for NSU to get NSU to cough this up?
Well, they need to. They need to find a way. They're down by 2 points in this game. A good pull that drives NSU back. Bouch comes underneath. Giles. Oh, spent it before he had it.
Spent it before he earned it. He knows it.
Tom Bissett. Clearance cut. Coming back against it, Jack Bray. Bray. Pelicans are in a good spot here. Ooh, that's a hot one for Irvin Toe. Pelicans just need to be calm under pressure. Bissett gets up the line. There's the free cut. It was coming. And the Pelicans.
Hats go in the air. Boys are up and about. It's 11-10. They've solved the first piece of the puzzle. They need another one, but that is a great start for the Pelicans.
There was a nervous moment there, John, where I wasn't convinced, but they found a way.
Yeah.
The Pelicans found a way.
And they were happy to do it on the force side. A key move here was the across your body backhand, that one, which was annoying because the guy had to lay out for it, so you lost all momentum. But this is the key moment. Bissett getting around and in front, in power position, ready to punch a nice goal in on the open side cone. NSU will be disappointed that they gave up that front cone. And that's maybe another little 1%er that these young guys will learn, that you protect the house, that front cone. You do not allow that free goal there.
Oh dear.
Bissett, as I said, he's a canny player. He knew that was the spot. He knew that if he tried to go backwards, that was a hard reset. They'd lose ground. He probably was then going to struggle to find the next throw and lose touch with his receivers. So really good move from Bissett.
Yeah, Bissett had a choice there. He ran the edge on the defender. Instead of playing into that, he just kind of ran with the contact and then used it to his advantage by completing that move and getting his body then between the defender and the disc, so that it was disc, him, defender, all in a straight line. Defender can't make a play on that. So using his body, his canniness, like you say, to create a situation where it's all him, catches the disc, and then that routine flip for the goal.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Good stuff. Really good. All right, 11-10. They still have work to do. And NSU here. Oh.
That first pass is cut off.
Right, Brendan Walsh.
And Luckman. Walsh again. Finney. Back to Walsh. Steps up and into that weapon of a backhand that we've been expecting. It's sitting over the top of the receiver's head. He's lost it completely.
He did the Canadian 3-step in the end zone. They got it blindsided.
Ben Allen just never seeing it. Bissett. Bissett again. Well, they're static down the field, the Pelicans. James Walker. Now it's Tim Graham. Graham's going to throw it. And a phantom block. Bilo gives a thumbs up.
Oh,
I got that.
Bilo with a bum block. He didn't have to move. Straight into the left cheek.
So here's Walsh. Luckman. The Pelicans running a loose defense where they're switching on the handlers. Luckman sees something and he's going to air it out again, this time to Aiden Hare. And the challenge is up early and nearly gets the scraps.
We saw three bids for one disc there. But, you know, with that matchup, I don't think that's a great option.
It seemed like it was always going to be a 50-50.
How big is this point now, Dan?
Well, with every turn, the importance grows. Bissett gestures in the high release flick to space. Irvin Toe. Here's Graham. Toe gets the reset. Bissett the continuation. The Pelicans trying to set up the stack. There's not much movement down the field. Bissett. Oh, that's a high, awkward one that's caught. Nordzi dangling the left hand out there. Bissett gets the reset. The Pelicans, they're reaching deep. Oh, that's huge. That's game breaking. Bilo. He's that clean.
He's
That's
using all parts of his body to get blocks in this point. Got his foot to this one. Bissett saying it was in his hand as it got kicked.
It's hard to say the way it
let's
came out.
Oh, I can see, yeah. Well, actually, looking at that replay, there's every chance that it was in Bissett's hand when it got kicked.
Bilo and Bissett, they're looking around for other perspectives on the field. Bilo's going to contest it by the looks.
Yeah, that's, look, not a bad result. We'll see it again here. Yeah, had his foot out early.
I don't know.
Yeah, let's have a look. This will tell us. Slow down. Yeah, it's tight, isn't it? Look, it's not a bad result. Contested foul.
And maybe, I think Bissett just needs to be aware of the wingspan of Bilo.
Yeah.
And Bissett is going to put it in the corner.
Oh!
That is so good.
That's some wheels.
As he was in.
That's one of Bissett's favourite throws, that really knifey outside in flick. Picked his receiver out, and that was towed right at the back of the end zone line. And we are back to evens.
And that's one of those throws where there's only one player on the field who has even the remotest opportunity at that. His right foot inbounds as he catches it. It looked in.
Right, well, that was very close to a block for Bilo. NSU, they've got to erase any thoughts of feeling ripped off, because I think it wasn't a bad result, a bad call in the end. So now they have to get the train back on the wagon here. Is that what about?
Train back on the tracks?
Train back on the tracks. A pie in the wagon.
A pie in the wagon. It's been a great game.
Yeah, it has. It's been, geez, we've been lucky. What a range of games. We've just seen a universe point game between the Sugar Mags and Manly in the women's. And now we get this 11-all with 10 seconds left in the match. They'll play this out and then add one if
so notionally a game to 13.
A game to 13. Well, what a cracker. And NSU should take heart from this. They've got a lot more inexperienced players, and they're sticking with quite an experienced lineup here for the Pelicans.
Holgate gets it to Thomas. And now's the moment for the leaders and the youngsters.
Good
Who's going to
grab.
stand up for Borealis? Thomas gets it back. Chappell catching the disc down the field. Thomas getting free up the line. Everything clearing out, and now looking for Will Giles.
Giles with a turn of speed. That was impressive. I thought that throw was overcooked. Henry lined it up and nailed it for the goal. Fantastic. 12-11 book, NSU. Let's have a look at this, Dan. I was worried with Henry right here with steps, power position. Normally he tries to fire, but he just waited for Giles to move, and Giles showed quite a lot of speed. Giles about to take out the upright of the post. Luckily it's been held onto there by an I-beam player doing his calf stretches. Does that mean...
Huge point now.
Is that I-beam therefore, if they're warming up here, have they got the game next? That'll be an interesting...
Potentially they've got the game next against, looks like the Manly Mullets.
Manly Mullets might be warming up. Well, no, this is add one now. Yeah. Game to... No, it's game to 13.
Greedy, happy to lay down the law.
Yeah,
so game to 13.
NSU, you need 2 points. Yep. Yeah, it's 12-11 to NSU. Oh, sorry, you need 1. Yeah. And
huge moment for the Pelicans.
Now feel the wind. The wind has picked up, and now it's actually in favour of the Pelicans here. That will be nice for their offense.
Thomas delivers a really good pull to get this point underway. Bissett goes the break. Low release. Elvin Koo coming back, and then Koo, the flick. But so many things happened all at once. Matthew Finn fell over, but the receiver had gone in the wrong direction.
Just wrong-footed him. The option wasn't bad. He just was not ready for that throw behind him. Couldn't turn the Mack truck around in time.
Moriarty, wrong-footed. Lau goes back to Finn. Finn's going to air it out to Villas. Villas, that's a backhand. It looks like it's going to turn over. The wind is having an effect on it. It sits. The pack forms. Who can bring it down? Oh, it's NSU Borealis. They've still got it. There's life yet, and they could win this on this possession. Here's Lau. Lau knowing, wise to slow things down. Lane. Lau goes the extravagant low release out to Thomas. Henry Thomas for the score. I think NSU have just done it. The Pelicans. What a game for them.
What a game. That was very entertaining. And hold your head up, Craigieburn. You were just part of a sensational game. That's what you came for, to get that kind of experience. But NSU, what a way to seal the deal there. It was just a little miscue with the wind and a wrong-footed receiver that gave the chance. Then that absolute
speculator,
skyscraper with a pack underneath it. But NSU good enough to get that. The other throw there, Dan, was Lau's flick break underneath the mark, just putting it out into space. Henry accelerating onto that, and with Henry with his tail up, putting an inside out to what should have been the break side for the goal. As we see this now, watch this throw from Henry Thomas. Masterclass, inside out, plenty on it, in front of the receiver. Finney for the goal.
Well, we're going to wrap it up there. What a game that was. Coming up shortly, I believe this will be the men's semi. And we're looking forward to bringing that to you. On behalf of ULTI.TV, don't go anywhere. We'll be back soon.
ULTI.TV.